back up here. Come on. Bentley. Come on, up. Turn around. Turn around. Turn around. Turn around. You sit. Good boys. Well, are you going to be the audience today? You know you can get up there during the thing. Just be careful not to knock stuff down. So we're getting started. See what we can do. Why is that going so fast?
What's that?
This is going way too fast. Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing.
Your mic's kind of in the way. That's not good music to play.
That's not good music?
No. Voodoo worshippers?
No, it's not voodoo worshippers.
Jamaicans?
No, it's just music, instrumental music. What kind of instrumental music do you want?
I don't know. Page
Okay, I'm starting to get ready.
181.
Page 181. Let me see if I can play our old-time favorite.
I think you need to turn that computer a little.
Why, are you being cut off?
I'm way off center. I guess you're in the center.
Well,
that's fine.
No, we can work it out here. Somebody's tearing stuff down. How's that? That should do it. Try not to spend too much time on that. One of these days, huh?
Shabbat Shalom.
Oh, Shabbat Shalom.
Today's
I'm glad it's here.
July 19th, 2025. This week is Parashah 41. You'll find it on page 181.
Page 181.
Of your complete Jewish Bible. And it starts with Numbers 25:10. Adonai said to Moses, Pinchas the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron the Cohen, has deflected my anger from the people of Israel by being as zealous as I am, so that I didn't destroy them in my own zeal. Therefore say, I am giving him my covenant of shalom, making a covenant with him and his descendants after him, that the office of Cohen will be theirs forever. This is because he was zealous on behalf of his God and made atonement for the people of Israel.
Okay. The census results began with Reuben, firstborn.
Where are you?
181. Didn't you say page 181?
Yes, and you should be reading.
I'm on the wrong paragraph.
You should be reading 25:14.
All right, I'm sorry. I was at 26:5. So. Okay. The name of the man from Israel who was killed, put to death with the woman from Midian, was Zimri, the son of Zalu, leader of one of the clans from the tribe of Simon. The name of the woman from Midian who was killed was Cosbi, the daughter of Zur, and he was head of the people in one of the clans of Midian.
Adonai said to Moses, treat the Midian as enemies and attack them. because they are treating you as enemies by the trickery they used to deceive you in the Peor incident and in the affair of their sister Cosby, the daughter of the leader from Midian, the woman who was killed on the day of the plague in the Peor incident, after the plague.
So Adonai said to Moses and Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the Cohen, take a census of the entire assembly of the people of Israel, 20 years old and over, by their ancestral clans, all who are subject to military service in Israel. Moses and Eleazar, the Cohen, spoke with them on the plains of Moab, by the Jordan across from Jericho, explaining, those 20 years old and over who came out of the land of Egypt as Adonai ordered Moses and the people of Israel.
The census results begin with Reuben, the firstborn of Israel. The descendants of Reuben were of Hanok, the family of Hanaki, of Palu, the family of Palaki, of Hechron, the family of the Hechron, and of Carmi, the family of the Carmi. These were the families of Reuben. Of them were counted 43,730.
Honey, turn around and look at the audience over here. Take a peek. Isn't that cute, huh?
Little Max.
Yeah, little Max is over there. He loves it when we read, doesn't he? So what number are we on?
8.
8. The sons of Palu, Eliab, and the sons of Eliab, Nemuel, Dayton, and Ephraim. These are the same Dayton and Ephraim men of reputation in the community who rebelled against Moses and Aaron in Korach's group. When they rebelled against Adonai, and the earth opened its mouth and swallowed them up together with Korach, when that group died, and the fire consumed 250 men, and they became a warning sign. However, the sons of Korach did not die.
The descendants of Simon by their families were Nemuel, the family of the Nemueli, of Jamin, the family of Jamini, of Jachin, the family of Jachini, of Zerach, the family of Zeraki, of Shaul, the family of Shauli. These were the families of Simon, 22,200.
The descendants of Gad by their families were of Tezphon, the family of Tezphani, of Hagi, the family of the Hagi, and Shumni, the family of the Shumni, of Otzni, the family of Otzni, Eri, the family of Eri, and Arad, the family of Arodi, and of Arai, the family of the Arai. These were the families of the sons of Gad, according to those counted of them, 40,500.
The sons of Judah. First, Er and Onan. But Er and Onan died in the land of Canaan. The sons of Judah who had descendants were of Shelah, the family of Shilani, of Peretz, the family of Patzi, of Zerach, the family of Zeraki. The sons of Peretz were Hechron, the family of Hechroni, of Hamu, the family of Hamuli. These were the families of Judah according to those counted of them, 76,500.
The descendants of Issachar by their families were Tola, the family of Tolai, Tuba, the family of Puni, of Yashub, the family of the Shabubi, and Shimron, the family of the Shimroni. These were the families of Issachar, according to those counted of them, 64,300.
The descendants of Zebulun by their families were Sarid, the family of Sardi, of Elon, the family of Eloni, of Jachel, the family of Jacheli. These were the families of the Zebuluni, according to those counted them, of 60,500.
The sons of Joseph by their families were Manasseh and Ephraim. The descendants of Manasseh were Machir, the family of the Machiri, and Machir was the father of Gilead, and Gilead the family of the Giladi. These are the descendants of Gilead, of Eliezer, the family of the Eliezerai, of Helek, the family of the Helekai, of Azriel, the family of the Azraeli, and Shechem, the family of the Shechemi, of Shemitah, the family of the Shemidai, and of Hefer, the family of the Hephri. Tizoloth, clad, the son of Hefer, had no sons but daughters. The names of the daughters were Zeloth, Cad, were Malach, Noah, Hagla, Milcah, and Titzra. These were the families of Manasseh. Of them were counted 52,700.
These are the descendants of Ephraim by their families. Of Shutlach, the family of Shulachi. Of Becher, the family of Bachiri. Of Tekan, the family of Tekani. These were the descendants of Shulach. Of Iran, the family of Irani. These were the families of the descendants of Ephraim, according to those of them that were counted, 32,500. These were the descendants of Joseph by their families.
Okay, the descendants of Benjamin by their families were Bela, the family of the Belai, Ashbel, the family of the Ashbeli, Achem, the family of the Achami, and Shupham, the family of the Shuphami, and Hupham, the family of the Huphami. The sons of Bela were Ard, Naaman of Ard, the family of the Ardai, and of Naaman, the family of the Naamani. These were the descendants of Benjamin by their families. Of them were counted 46,600.
The descendants of Dan by their families were Shucham, the family of Shuchami. These were the families of Dan by their families. All the families of the Shumami, according to those of them that were counted, were 64,400.
The descendants of Asher by their families were Yimnah, the family of the Yimnah, and Yishobi, the family of the Yishobai, and Bera, the family of the Berai. Of the descendants of Berai, of Heber, the family of the Hebri, and of Machil, the family of the Machilii. The family of Asher, daughter of Serach. These were the families of the descendants of Asher, according to those of them that were counted, 53,400.
The descendants of Naphtali by their families. Of Jechiel, the families of Jecheli. Of Guni, the family of Guni. Of Jetzer, the family of Jetzer. Of Shillem, the family of Shilemi. These are the families of Naphtali according to their families. Those of them that were counted were 45,400.
Thus, those who were counted of the people of Israel numbered 601,730. Adonai said to Moses, "The land is to be parceled out among these as a possession to be inherited according to the number of names. To those family with which more persons you are to give a greater inheritance, and to those with fewer you are to give smaller inheritance. These family inheritance is to be given according to the number counted in it. However, the land is to be awarded by lot. They will inherit according to the names of the tribes of their ancestors. But the inheritance is to be parceled out by lot between the families, with more to those with fewer. and those with fewer.
Those counted among the Levi by their families were of Gershon, the family of Gershuni, of Kahat, the family of Kahati, of Merari, the family of Merari. These are the families of Levi, the family of the Levini, the family of the Hebroni, the family of Machal, the family of Mushi, and the family of Querchi. Kahat was the father of Amram. The name of Amram's wife was Jochebed, the daughter of Levi, who was born to Levi in Egypt, and she bore to Amram Aaron, Moses, and their sister Miriam. To Aaron were born Nadab, Abihu, Eleazar, and Itamar. But Nadab and Abihu died when they unauthorized fire before Adonai. Those males, 1 month old or more, counted of the Levi, were 23,000. These were not included in the census of the people of Israel, because no land for inheritance was given to them among the people of Israel.
This definitely shows how important it is that we reiterate all these family lines, because now we come to a very well-known conclusion, and that was the birth of Moses. But all his ancestors before him are definitely named here, aren't they? These are the ones counted by Moses and Eleazar the Cohen, who took a census of the people of Israel in the plains of Moab, by the Jordan across from Jericho. But there was not a man among them who had also been included in the census of Moses and Aaron the Cohen when they enumerated the people of Israel in the Sinai desert. Because Adonai had said to them, they will surely die in the desert. So there was not left even one of them, except Caleb the son of Yeshupuna and Joshua the son of Nun.
Then the daughters of Zola, Chad, the son of Hefer, and the son of Gilead, the son of Machir, the son of Manasseh, of the families of Manasseh, the son of Joseph, approached. These were the names of his daughters: Machlah, Noah, Hoglah, Milcah, and Titzah. They stood in front of Moses, Eleazar the Cohen, the leaders of the whole community, at the entrance of the tent of meeting, and said, "Our father died in the desert. He wasn't part of the group who assembled themselves to rebel against Adonai and Korach's group, but he died of his own sin, and he had no sons. Why should the name of our father be eliminated from his family just because he didn't have a son? Give us property to possess along with the brothers of our father." Moses brought their cause before Adonai.
Adonai answered Moses, "The daughters of Zoloth, Chad, are right in what they say. You must give them property to be inherited along with that of their father's brothers. Have what their father would have inherited passed to them. Moreover, say to the people of Israel, if a man dies and does not have a son, you are to have his inheritance pass to his daughter. If he doesn't have a daughter, give his inheritance to his brothers. If he has no brothers, give his inheritance to his father's brothers. If his father doesn't have brothers, give his inheritance to the closest relative in his family, and he will possess it. This will be the standard of judgment to be used by the people of Israel as Adonai had ordered Moses."
Adonai said to Moses, "Climb this mountain in the Abraham range, and look out at the land which I have given the people of Israel. After you have seen it, you too will be gathered to your people, just as Aaron your brother was gathered, because in the Zin desert, when the community was disputing with me, you rebelled against my order to uphold my holiness by means of the water, with them looking on. This was Meravat Kadesh spring in the Zin desert."
Moses said to Adonai, Let Adonai, God of the spirits of all human beings, appoint a man to be over the community, to go out and come in ahead of them, to lead them out and bring them in, so that Adonai's community will not be like sheep without a shepherd.
Adonai said to Moses, "Take Joshua, the son of Nun, a spiritual man, and lay your hand on him. Put him in front of Eleazar the Cohen and the whole community, and commission him in their sight. Delegate to him some of your authority, so that the entire community of Israel will obey him. He is to present himself to Eleazar the Cohen, who is to find out by means of the Urim that Adonai's will is for Joshua's decisions. Then at his word they will go out, and at his word they will come in, both he and all the people of Israel with him, the whole community."
Moses did as Adonai had ordered him. He took Joshua, put him before Eleazar the Cohen and the whole community, laid his hands on him, and commissioned him as Adonai had said through Moses.
Adonai said to Moses, "Give an order to the people of Israel. Tell them, you are to take care to offer me at the proper time the food presented to me as offerings made by fire, providing a fragrant aroma for me. Tell them this is the offering made by fire that you are to bring to Adonai. Male lambs in their first year and without defect, 2 daily as a regular burnt offering. Offer the one lamb in the morning and the other lamb at dusk, along with 2 quarts of fine flour as a grain offering, mixed with 1 quart of oil from pressed olives. It is the regular burnt offering, the same as offered on Mount Sinai, to give a fragrant aroma, an offering made by fire for Adonai. Its drink offering is to be 1/4 hin for 1 lamb. In the holy place you are to pour out a drink offering of intoxicating liquor to Adonai. The other lamb you are to present at dusk. Present it with the same kind of grain offering and drink offering as in the morning. It is an offering made by fire with a fragrant aroma for Adonai."
On Shabbat, offer 2 male lambs in the first year and without defect, with 1 gallon of fine flour as a grain offering, mixed with olive oil, and its drink offering. This is the burnt offering for every Shabbat, in addition to the regular burnt offering and its drink offering.
At each Rosh Hodesh of yours, you are to present a burnt offering to Adonai, consisting of 2 young bulls, 1 ram and 7 male lambs in their first year and without defect, with 6 quarts fine flour mixed with olive oil as a grain offering for each bull, 4 quarts fine flour mixed with olive oil as a grain offering for 1 ram, and 2 quarts fine flour mixed with olive oil as a grain offering for each lamb. This will be the burnt offering, giving a fragrant aroma, an offering made by fire for Adonai. The drink offerings will be 2 quarts of wine for a bull, 1 1/3 quarts for the ram, and 1 quart for each lamb. This is the burnt offering for every Rosh Hodesh throughout the months of the year. Also, a male goat is to be offered as a sin offering to Adonai, in addition to the regular burnt offering and its drink offering.
In the first month, on the 14th day of the month, is Adonai's Passover. On the 15th day of the month is to be a feast. Matzah is to be eaten for 7 days. The first day is to be a holy convocation. Do not do any kind of ordinary work, but present an offering made by fire, a burnt offering to Adonai consisting of 2 young bulls, 1 ram, and 7 male lambs in their first year. They are to be without defect for you, with their grain offering, fine flour mixed with olive oil. Offer 6 quarts for a bull, 4 quarts for the ram, and 2 quarts for each of the 7 lambs. Also a male goat as a sin offering, to make atonement for you. You are to offer these in addition to the morning burnt offering, which is the regular burnt offering. In this fashion, you are to offer daily for 7 days the food of the offering made by fire, making a fragrant aroma for Adonai. It is to be offered in addition to the regular burnt offering and its drink offering. On the 7th day, you are to have a holy convocation. Do not do any kind of ordinary work.
On the day of the first fruits, when you bring a new grain offering to Adonai in your feast of Shavuot, you are to have a holy convocation. Do not do any kind of ordinary work, but present a burnt offering as a fragrant aroma for Adonai, consisting of 2 young bulls, 1 ram, 7 male lambs in their first year, and their grain offering. Fine flour mixed with olive oil, 6 quarts for each bull, 4 quarts for each ram, and 2 quarts for each of the 7 lambs, plus a male goat to make atonement for you. You are to offer these in addition to the regular burnt offering and its grain offering. They are to be without defect for you, with their drink offerings.
Now on the 7th month, on the first day of the month, you are to have a holy convocation. Do not do any kind of ordinary work. It is the day of blowing the shofar for you. Prepare a burnt offering to make a fragrant aroma for Adonai. 1 young bull, 1 ram, and 7 male lambs in their first year, and without defect, with the grain offering consisting of fine flour mixed with olive oil, 6 quarts for the bull, 4 quarts for the ram, and 2 quarts for each of the 7 lambs. Also 1 male goat as a sin offering to make atonement for you. This is to be in addition to the burnt offering for Rosh Chodesh, with its grain offering. The regular burnt offering with its grain offering, and the drink offerings according to the rule for them. This will be a fragrant aroma, an offering made by fire to Adonai.
On the 10th day of this 7th month, you are to have a holy convocation. You are to deny yourselves, and you are not to do any kind of work, but you are to present a burnt offering to Adonai to make a fragrant aroma. 1 young bull, 1 ram, and 7 male lambs in their first year. They are to be without defect for you, with their grain offering, fine flour mixed with olive oil, 6 quarts for the bull, 4 quarts for the 1 ram, and 2 quarts for each of the 7 lambs. Also 1 male goat as a sin offering, in addition to the sin offering for atonement and the regular burnt offering with its grain offering and their drink offerings.
Now on the 15th day of the 7th month, you are to have a holy convocation. You are not to do any kind of ordinary work, and you are to observe the feast to Adonai 7 days. You are to present a burnt offering, an offering made by fire, bringing a fragrant aroma to Adonai. It is to consist of 13 young bulls, 2 rams, 14 male lambs in their first year. They are to be without defect, with their grain offering, fine flour mixed with olive oil, 6 quarts for each of the 13 rams, 4 quarts for each of 2 rams, and 2 quarts for each of the 14 lambs. Also, 1 male goat is a sin offering, in addition to the regular drink offering, with its grain and drink offerings.
On the 2nd day, you are to present 12 young bulls, 2 rams, 14 male lambs in the first year without defect, with grain and drink offerings for the bulls, rams, and lambs, according to their number, in keeping with the rule. Also, 1 male goat as a sin offering, in addition to the regular burnt offering, its grain offering, and their drink offerings.
Now on the 3rd day, 11 bulls, 2 rams, 14 male lambs in their first year without defect, with the grain and drink offerings from the bulls, rams, and lambs according to their number, in keeping with the rule. Also 1 male goat as a sin offering, in addition to the regular burnt offering with its grain and drink offerings.
On the 4th day, 10 bulls, 2 rams, 14 male lambs in their first year without defect, with the grain and drink offerings for the bulls, rams, and lambs according to their number, in keeping with the rule. Also 1 male goat as a sin offering, in addition to the regular burnt offerings with its grain and drink offerings.
Sounds like a big operation, doesn't it? All those people and all these sacrifices. It's just hard to fathom how big it is, huh?
Well, that's all they had to do was to honor God.
Well, yeah, but they did a lot of other things in between. These were only their designated holidays or holy days.
I'm sure they had a lot of work just to keep everybody fed.
But the reason they had
and to keep traveling.
The reason they had so many animals was because there were so many people. You know, a lot of people can read this about so many burnt offerings, but think about all those people thousands of people in each tribe. So I will continue on. On the 5th day, 9 bulls, 2 rams, 14 male lambs in their first year without defect, with the grain and drink offerings for the bulls, rams, and lambs according to their number in keeping with the rule. Also 1 male goat as a sin offering, in addition to the regular burnt offering with its grain and drink offerings.
On the 6th day, 8 bulls, 2 rams, 14 male lambs in their first year without defect, with the grain and drink offerings for the bulls, rams, and lambs according to their number in keeping with the rule. Also 1 male goat as a sin offering, in addition to the regular burnt offering with its grain and drink offerings.
Now on the 7th day, 7 bulls, 2 rams, 14 male lambs in their first year without defect, with the grain and drink offerings for the bulls, rams, and lambs according to their number, in keeping with the rule. Also 1 male goat as a sin offering, in addition to the regular burnt offering with its grain offerings and drink offerings.
On the 8th day, you're to have a festive assembly. You're not to do any kind of ordinary work, but you are to present a burnt offering, an offering made by fire, giving a fragrant aroma to Adonai. 1 bull, 1 ram, 7 male lambs in their first year without defect, with the grain and drink offerings for the bull, the ram, and the lambs, according to their number, in keeping with the rule. Also 1 male goat as a sin offering, in addition to the regular burnt offerings with its grain and drink offerings.
You are to offer these to Adonai at your designated times in addition to your vows and voluntary offerings. Whether these are your burnt offerings, grain offerings, drink offerings, or peace offerings.
Moses told the people of Israel everything, just as Adonai had ordered Moses. And then if you please turn to page 544, we will read Jeremiah 1:1 through 2:3.
Jeremiah 1:1. These are the words of Jeremiah, the son of Hilkiah, one of the Cohen, living in Aranot, in the territory of Benjamin. The word of Adonai came to him during the days of Yashiyahu, the son of Ammon, king of Judah, in the 13th year of his reign. It also came during the days of Yokiam, the son of Yokiyahu, king of Judah, continuing until the 11th year in Tzidkiah, the son of Yashiyahu, the king of Judah, right up until the time Jerusalem was carried away captive in the 5th month.
Here's the word of Adonai that came to me. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I separated you from myself. I have appointed you to be a prophet to the nations. I said, Oh, Adonai Elohim, I don't even know how to speak. I'm just a child. But Adonai said to me, Don't say I'm just a child. For you will go to whomever I send you, and you will speak whatever I order you. Do not be afraid of them, for I am with you, says Adonai, to rescue you. Then Adonai put out his hand and touched my mouth, and Adonai said to me, There, I have put my words in your mouth. Today I have placed you over nations and kingdoms, to uproot and tear down, to destroy and demolish, to build and to plant. The word of Adonai came to me, asking, Jeremiah, what do you see? I answered, I see a branch from an almond tree. Then Adonai said to me, You have seen well, because I am watching to fulfill my word.
A second time the word of Adonai came to me, asking, What do you see? And I answered, I see a cauldron tilted away from the north, over a fire fanned by the wind. Then Adonai said to me, From the north calamity will boil over onto everyone living in the land, because I will summon all the families in the kingdoms of the north, says Adonai. And they will come and sit, each one on his throne, at the entrance to the gates of Jerusalem, opposite its walls, all the way around, and opposite all the cities of Judah. I will pronounce my judgments against them for all their wickedness in abandoning me, offering incense to other gods and worshiping what their own hands made.
But you, dress for action. Stand up and tell them everything I order you to say. When you confront them, don't break down, or I will break